Hi everyone, my name is Carol.
And I'm Karen.
Today we are going to talk about TOEFL iBT exam.
But Carol, do you think that we are going to catch the attention of our viewers if you refer to TOEFL exam like this?
Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. Okay, I think that TOEFL is not going to be difficult for people if they are already familiar with exam.
Yeah, that's true, and this is the purpose of this video. During this video, we will be presenting you the different type of questions that you will find in the reading section.
Okay, so let's start! Okay, so the first kind of question is vocabulary. Reading skill 1. Understand vocabulary from context. You can find from 3 to 5 vocabulary questions per reading passage on the test. It's the most common kind of question on it. These questions measure your understanding of English as well as your ability to use context clues to help you determine the meaning of the word or phrase. Some words are going to help you to identify these questions, like the word or phrase is closest in meaning to, or the phrase or word could be best replaced by. Let's see an example. The word component in paragraph 1 is closest in meaning to, and then you have 4 options. So, the clue you have to recognize the kind of question is the phrase is closest in meaning to.
Reading skill 2. Recognize reference. The frequency per reading passage on the test is from 0 to 2 questions. Even though there aren't many referent questions in the reading section, this is an important skill to produce clear responses to the speaking and writing tasks on the test. For this reason, the TOEFL iBT test tests your ability to make connections between ideas through the use of pronouns and adjectives. The score for each question is 1 point. It is easy to identify this type of questions because it appears like the word in the passage refers to. You have to pay attention to this word, refers. Let's go into see an example of a referent question. The word that in paragraph 3 refers to, and then you have the 4 options. As you could notice, the question have the word refers, so pay attention on that.
The third kind of question is paraphrasing. Reading skill 3. Recognize paraphrase. You can find this question once, or maybe it wouldn't exist in the test. In this question, a sentence is going to be given to you, so you must choose the option that is closest in meaning to it among the 4 items. This question is easy to identify because you have the phrase, which of the sentences below best expresses the essential information in the sentence highlighted in paragraph. So let's check it. Which of the sentence below best expresses the essential information in the sentence highlighted in paragraph 2? Incorrect choices change the meaning in important ways or leave out important information. Then you have A, B, C, and D. So as you could see, it is easier to know what's the question about. It says best expresses the essential information. So it means you are going to look for the main idea of the sentence given. It would be helpful for you to choose the correct option.
Let's continue with the sentence insertion question. Reading skill 4. Insert sentence into the passage. The TOEFL iBT tests ask you to insert a sentence into the passage to assess your skill at understanding the logical organization of a passage, as well the logical and grammatical organization in a passage. The frequency per reading passage on the test is 1 question having 1 point scored. It is easy to identify the questions because it always appears like, where would the sentence best fit? Click on the square to add the sentence to the passage. Let's go into see an example of sentence insertion question. Look at the 4 squares that indicate where the following sentence can be added to the passage. Then you have the sentence, and below the sentence you have where would the sentence best fit. You have noticed that the word square and its symbol appear on this type of question, so be careful on that.
Reading skill 5. Find factual information. There are 3 to 6 questions, and it assesses your ability to recognize and understand the details, examples, and main ideas in the text. In order to identify these questions, you need to pay attention to phrases like according to paragraph, in paragraph, it is stated in paragraph, it is indicated in paragraph, it's most likely that, what probably happened. All of these phrases are going to guide you in order for you to identify the kind of questions you have. The answer is always in the text, so you just need to read carefully main ideas or details according to the instruction. Reading skill 6. Identify negative facts. In here, you must be able to distinguish between two different types of information, true and false. To recognize the question, you will find the phrase. According to the passage, what is not true? All of the following are mentioned except. Let's check some examples. Factual information. What is mentioned in paragraph 7 about the volume of round dwarfs? And there you have A, B, C, and D. The phrase what is mentioned indicates that the type of question it is. Negative facts. All of the following are true about moonbows, except, and there you have the 4 items. In here the words are true and except tell us that you are looking for false information.
Now let's continue with the next type of question, which is inference. Reading skill 7. Make inferences from stated facts. Making inferences tests your ability to draw conclusions and make logical guesses about information that is not directly in the test. The frequency per reading passage on the test is from 1 to 3 questions. Some phrases that are going to help you to identify the question are what is implied in paragraph, it is implied in paragraph, it is inferred that, it's suggested in paragraph, paragraph implies. You notice that the words infer, implied, and suggest always appear in this type of questions. Let's gonna see an example of an inference question. What can be inferred in paragraph 3? And then you have the 4 items. Reading skill 8. Infer rhetorical purpose questions. The term rhetoric refers to the ability to use language in an effective manner to express ideas. This question tests your ability to understand the relationship of words and phrases to the ideas being communicated in a passage. You must pay attention of this type of question because the frequency per reading passage on the test is from 1 to 3 questions. The point value is 1 point per question. Those questions appear in different ways, but the most common are: why does the author? What is the function of? The author mentioned something in order to? Let's see an example of rhetorical purpose question. The author mentioned Mercury, Venus, and Mars in order to, and then you have the 4 options. You saw in this type of questions always appear what the author mentioned before.
Okay, the next kind of question is summary chart. Reading skill 9. Select summary information. You will find from 0 to 2 questions like this. It measures your ability to recognize and decide what main and supporting ideas could be included in a summary about the text given to you. It is easy to recognize. You will have an instruction like this. An introductory sentence for a brief summary of the passage is provided below. Complete a summary by selecting 3 answer choices that express the most important ideas in the passage. Then, a thesis statement and summary chart with 6 possible answer choices are given like in the example below.
Finally, we have a schematic table. Reading skill 10. Complete organizational schematic tables. This type of questions evaluate your ability to outline the key information of the passage. You must be able to recognize overall organization of the information in the passage and major points in the passage. The frequency per reading passage on the test is from 0 to 1, but it has the highest point value as it worth 3 points. Let's see how to identify the question. The question commonly appears like, complete the table below to summarize information about in the passage. Match the appropriate statement to. Now, let's see an example. As you can see, there is the instruction and below are the options. If you still in how the question is going to be evaluated, it says that you will have 3 points for 5 correct answers, 2 points for 4 correct answers, 1 point for 3 correct answers, and 0 points for 2, 1, or 0 correct answers. So you have to pay attention on that. This is the most difficult part of the exam, and you have 7 statements where you have to choose just 5.
You notice that it's not too difficult to resolve the reading section of TOEFL exam.
Now that you already know the types of questions, you are prepared to face this challenge.
But remember that you have to practice a lot.
Yeah, and don't forget to start doing the ones you consider that are your strength.
And that's all for today. Thanks for watching this video.
We really hope that you could appreciate it, and also that this video could be very useful for you.
Don't forget to share it with your friends.
Thank you so much.
Bye!